What do you think should be free for everyone? Healthcare, including dental. American here. Here, healthcare is free. Dental checkups are free. You pay for treatment, but it's highly subsidized. For example, I needed a filling taken out, some re-drilling and a new filling put in. I also asked for a dental clean. Cost £20. If unemployed, it is free. Birth control. Housing. Not like big houses but like a small studio apartment. Medicines. I agree. If you need glasses to see, inhalers to breathe, they are provided without you taking a financial hit. COVID vaccine. Well, life-saving ones at least. Sanitary napkins and tampons. Education. They would probably make you pay for premium education. Good for you. It's not free for everyone. Everywhere. Feminine hygiene products. Healthcare. Shelter. No one should die of preventable illness and there's no reason for anyone to be homeless. Hey, if anyone who can't afford sanitary products sees my comment, message me. I'll get you covered. Why only feminine? All basic healthcare should be free. Yes, it should. I mean, condoms are free where I am, but tampons cost loads. Any type of healthcare. Healthcare. College. Electric. Feminine toiletries. Most medicines. Speech. Freedom of speech is a human right and we shouldn't hinder it. As long as it comes with education on what that means. Too many people think freedom of speech also means freedom of consequences. Freedom from consequences. When people treat this as the freedom to make terroristic threats, to encourage murder, and whisper lies that harm people. That's not what this freedom was ever about. Your qualification is really important. There is freedom of speech in a lot of countries in the world. But people also know that doesn't mean just because you can say whatever you want. You should. Air. Literally nothing in the world is free. Legit everything has a cost. And it's mind-blowing. Everything costs time, money, resources, or electricity. Freedom is not free. It costs a hefty FG fee. Dom. Like I mean pretty much everything. RFULLCOMMUNISMAWW. Housing. No one should be left homeless. Preschool and childcare would massively help the economy. Upvotes. They are free in free upvotes. Go and make a post there and your wish shall come true. Healthcare. Welcome to the UK. Welcome to NZ, where healthcare is free unless you choose to go private. Excluding dentistry and prescription glasses. So I wish dentistry and prescription glasses were free. Also excluding GP visits which require a copayment. Also excluding prescriptions which also require a copayment. Though this is the same in the UK. Basic education. To me, free also means having books, transportation and lunch for free. As these are the things that make it difficult for many parents. Public transport. So much this. It's basically a well-collected tax in large European cities. 90% of people going to work in the city center do so by public transport. Feminine hygiene products. Seriously. We have no choice but to buy them for most of our adult lives. And they aren't cheap. Get a menstrual cup. I bought one 2 years ago and haven't had to buy tampons since. I'll never go back. Not practical for all VA owners sadly. I for example am unable to use them or tampons. Uncomfortable for short periods of time. And painful the longer it's in regardless of size or fit. Better for the planet too. Pay more taxes and more will be free. What is free anyway? Someone has to pay either way. Water. Nestle thinks otherwise. F#K them. So does every water company ever. I get billed every month for my water. Nestle isn't involved in that. But at least they're selling the water at a reasonable rate. Bottled water is the rip-off of the century. Anything that you can't live without in your country. Morally. Of course. Practically that wouldn't fly in society today thanks to capitalism and such. Healthcare and internet. If food, drinks, drugs and housing was free for everyone, the world would be a better place. But sad or merry, I must leave it. Goodbye, master burglar. At least our forests runs free. Good journey, you who walks with the trees. Nothing. Because nothing is free. The cost will always be billed to you in one way or another. Some services are better provided by government and they're often thought of as free, but just because you don't pay them directly doesn't mean they're free. I think the fewer services that are provided by government, the better. So basically the services that we absolutely need. Infrastructure, education, law enforcement, fire, military, healthcare, sanitation, water and the various necessary bureaucracies and social services needed to ensure that people who can't provide for themselves are provided for. And, maybe, UBI, entitled Choosing Beggar Karen downvoted your intelligent and fully correct comment. Take my upvote to repair the damage. Hands you an upvote. Haha. Reddit being Reddit. Pornhub Premium. Therapy. Capri Sun. Can't believe it took me this long to find this. I agree. Capri Sun is a human right. Internet access. With how much our society runs on it. And the number of ads that run on it. I agree. In Germany, we pay for internet that isn't even good. Yes. I pay a load for CP internet that doesn't even reach my bog. Peace and equality. Kindness. Each of these things come at a cost these days. Education. Definitely education. Or at least it should be affordable for everyone. You don't have enough money to go to college? Enjoy your debt or your lower paying job so that your kids probably can't go to college either. Honestly. With the amount of free education resources there are. Someone would be a saint to organize, collect it in such a way as to make a curriculum out of it. Wherein you get the same benefits of a formal education. But without the money and going to school stress. And I don't mean having parents teach. Healthcare. UOP. Unbiased news. No such thing exists. Happiness. Birth control for everyone and tampons, pads for women. Education and healthcare. Earth. Healthcare. Education. Hygiene products. Most of basic ones. Shelter. Public internet. Internet doesn't have to be protected, can be monitored and limited, but basic should be just free for public use. Public knowledge needs to be accessible to everyone. Free. DOM. Everything which is necessary to live. Basic foods. Bread and water. Internet. Living space to a certain extent. Imagine a homeless rehabilitation program. Education. Public transport. Contact lenses. Healthcare. Electricity. Housing. Water. Food. Healthcare. College education. Internet. Basically everything you need to live plus some first world luxuries. Not a girl. But menstrual things. Like pads and such. Also. Why the FK are condoms free? I mean, I understand that people want to promote safe sex. But for pads and tampons and stuff to be expensive. A thing that females need. It's just really upsetting. Health care. And mental health care especially. Bananas. Ad blocks. The amount of advertising is like air at this point. Everywhere. Glasses. It ain't my fault I'm like this. A passport, identity card. Healthcare. Healthcare. I mean, here in the civilized world we have it, but it should be everywhere. Probably a little bit too on the nose. But healthcare. Time traveling. MG healthcare. Healthcare. Britain is nice lol. Health care and education. Feminine hygiene products. Free at no cost to anyone. Air. Sunlight. Sleep on the ground. Ability to travel by foot. Water for drinking. Healthcare. Healthcare. Water and food. Food. Water. Electricity. A place to live. The truth. The internet always. Pornhub Premium. Air. Healthcare. Psychiatric care. Bad president therapy. Healthcare. I live in Canada, so it is, but I feel like everyone should get the medical assistance they need. Free things. AI. Higher education. Health care. Generally speaking, Americans are the least financially literate. Somehow capitalism and freedom got mixed in with Jesus Christ. Now, we're unable to grasp why a $300 prescription medicine is $100 off patent or $50 over the counter except the generic, which is $15. We fail to connect our insurance premium cost to that $300 price. And we also don't know that our tax dollars funded the R&D to create the drug in the first place. Meanwhile, in America, with pitchforks, we defend the cheese factory by killing the dairy farmer. We give the factory ownership of the cows. Then we cry because we can't afford milk or cheese. But we never fight for control of the factory. Because socialists can't love Jesus and don't stand for the national anthem. Everything. Take me to Star Trek Future, please. Definitely the COVID-19 vaccine. If it ever comes out. Specifically towards poor families. Especially being one of those poor families right now. Good quality water. Healthcare. Housing. Education and internet access. Glasses. They cost a fortune if you want proper ones, and people who need them can't just go, nah. I'll save the money here, without consequences like frequent headaches and not being able to see properly. Healthcare. Healthcare, food, basic shelter. Clean water. Electricity and internet. God, for the last time, every good and service and resource belongs to someone, and it all has a price, so in the end nothing should be free for anyone. Unless the owner wants to voluntarily do so. Also, I don't believe the government should own any land or natural resources, especially not the amount they do. Change my mind, I am open for debate. Maybe a UBI. It would help so many people. Even if we cut back on other programs like the military and completely dismantle social welfare systems. It's more viable than a Star Trek-type utopian civilization where each citizen is perfectly law-abiding and work is a choice. At least. Drinking water. Call me a commie utopist, but in an ideal world money just wouldn't be that necessary and would basically only be used for extra. Basic housing. Food. Water. Education. Healthcare would be free. But if you really want a home you can personalize, you can then buy one. Or you can go to the restaurant. Or to a hotel. You could still buy stuff like beefy computers and games. Go to the movies and concerts, etc. Just the basic stuff would be free. I know it's probably not possible to reach the point at which we as a species stop caring about money so much and stop letting it be the most important thing in the world. At least not in this current society. In which implying basic healthcare should be free is a controversial opinion. But I can still dream. So many people are mentioning things like healthcare, medication, education, etc. And I do understand why. But it's simply not realistic. If we don't have to pay for those things directly, they need to be funded in a different way. E.g. with taxes. So then it's still not really free. That's simply impossible without a country going bankrupt. I do agree that those things, or all basic human necessities, for that matter, should be affordable so everyone can afford them. But they can't be free. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos.